Hi, Mr. C here in the wood shop. I just want to talk to you about gluing up two different panels for our project that's going to have veneer. Now we're using an MDF core because medium density fiberboard happens to be a very stable product. This panel product basically will not expand or contract throughout the seasons as long as when we put one veneer on one side we have a balancing veneer on the bottom side so that way it won't cup one way or the other. But for our project, what we need to do is we need to take two pieces and put them together to get the right thickness. So I want to show you how to do this properly. And I have my PVA glue, I have my wet towel handy, I have some bar clamps, and then I have a pile of parallel or hand screw clamps depending on which manufacturer you purchase from, the name on them. So what I want to do is I want to be pretty liberal with the glue and make sure I get it all over all the surfaces on this piece. Now these two panels here will become part of the legs for the project itself that will receive the veneer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay one on top of the other. And I'm going to grab one of these clamps. I love these clamps because they square or help keep pieces square during the clamping process. So I'm going to go ahead and place this one on here. One near the center, and one at the other end. Now I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on them just so they don't slide this way or this way on the faces, right? I want to make sure that down this whole surface on this side and the whole surface on the other side is touching the material all the way across. Now remember, this panel product is MDF. Once I get several clamps on here, I can take off the other clamps. I'm going to take this clamp off now. Some of the squeeze I want to remove. So now what I'm going to do is we go ahead and clamp up the other side. You want to make sure you have enough clamps on here to make sure you don't have any gaps on the surfaces. And like I said, you want to make sure that the clamp is touching on both sides all the way down. Just going to wipe off some of this squeeze out. It's popped out here. As you can see, I'm using a significant amount of clamps. There's nothing wrong with using a lot of clamps on a project. I find that it's better to make sure you have clamps on it than to try and chance it and not have enough. So now you can see this is our whole panel glued up, and this only takes a few minutes just to do. And then right now I'll set this one off to the side and go ahead and grab my next one, which is a little bit more complex of a job. And I'll show you what I want to do to make sure that I go ahead and I get this square and it's properly done. So that way tomorrow we can start laying out all the different veneers for this project. Okay? So this is part one of part two, gluing up your panels for your advanced class. Till next time, I'm Mr. C.